Hey people, it's Century Andrew Plays One here, and we're back with a spoiler review. Now, if you haven't watched Shin Gojira, A.K.A. Shin Godzilla, you should totally see that right now, or check out my non-spoiler review in the description below. Yeah, so we're ready to review this movie. Well, more like give a summary of it, but let's do this. So in the beginning of the film, we have, well, you know, the beginning of the film, we hear the Godzilla stomps and the classic Godzilla roar. Well, the 1954 one, opening credits. So we see in the beginning a boat, like, crashing for some reason. They think it's some whale incident, you know, the main characters. What I can remember, this guy suspects there's a giant creature looming in the sea. The Prime Minister and all the other people in the conference room think this is some kind of joke. Until we see what presumably seems to be Godzilla's tail, or so they call it. So then they believe the guy, and so, you know, we see the monster in action. But okay, so let me tell you, Godzilla in this movie, here's what he reminds me of. Godzilla's a freaking Pokemon! Okay, so we see Godzilla's first or second form land. Maybe we haven't seen the first one. Okay, so this is its second form, and just look at it. Now, let's have this guy give a quick demonstration of how this first form or second form actually moves, because I haven't got Shin Godzilla figures yet, so you know. There is one part where he goes on, like, top of a building. There's this family that's still trying to escape, and he goes on top of the building, kind of makes it kind of like a ladder, and kind of falls down, but he crumbles the building down with him, and the family just gets killed in there. It's like, oh. So we see Godzilla turn into his second or third form, I guess, and as he does that, he makes the roar of 1954, which I think that's amazing and awesome. This form is also known as Turkeyzilla. Moving on. So the military comes in, I guess the army, with helicopters and tries to, like, attack Godzilla and stuff. But the thing is, they don't attack because there's civilians still in the way, just fall to, and they're like, abort mission, and what Godzilla does, the Turkeyzilla does, is he basically runs, and I think that's like the last we see of him. So they oversee all the destruction Godzilla's caused, and holy crap, a big deal done. This girl over here, though, she's my favorite character in this movie. She actually does stuff, and it probably has the most characterization here. Basically, she wants to become a US president. Well, yeah. Well, basically, the whole movie is trying to figure out how to stop Godzilla. That's all. So basically, Godzilla's fourth and final form appears. Gosh, is he trying to be Frieza? Well, his final form appears, and gosh, he looks amazing. I like how you can't tell whether it's suit or CGI. I love that. So they send out the military to come and, like, just try to, like, destroy the monster and, like, exterminate it. Well, that doesn't go so well. I like how the army goes through different phases. Like, that never happens in every Godzilla movie ever. Like, I like how this movie is unique and different from, like, all the other ones, and it's amazing. The army scenes are amazing, and Godzilla himself and what he could do is amazing. So then they call the USA to come and help. Although the USA brings their planes and stuff, and we transition the night. You know, the Prime Minister is like, I don't want to leave this place, but he leaves in a helicopter while, I guess, the main characters leave in a, traffic. And there's this one character that's like, so that's Godzilla. That's what he's like. And so basically there's no encounter. He just sees the monster. Yeah. So the US military come and attack Godzilla, and one of them got him, and Godzilla bleeds from the back. Like, so in a later scene we find out that it blew off one of his spines, his dorsal plates. But thing is, he gets mad, and guess what happens next? That's right, folks, his famous atomic breath. But it's actually very interesting. It goes from smoke, then to fire, then to the radioactive beam we all know, and it's purple! Basically, what else is cool is Godzilla has new abilities that we have never seen before. So basically, you know how his atomic dorsal plates are glowing, you know, purple and stuff? Well, he has atomic rays coming out of them, and basically destroying everything inside. You're like, holy crap. This scene is one of the most tragic Godzilla scenes ever because it has a song playing about Godzilla's perspective in the world, and Godzilla, he torches Tokyo with just one atomic breath. Holy crap, that was so unpredictable. Now we're in the third act, which gets very boring because there is a lot of talking. Well, basically they have a plan to either nuke Godzilla or freeze Godzilla. And basically everyone's coming in. Japan, well, obviously they're the ones being attacked. Okay, the USA, France, I mean, like, it's like a world union, and that's what I love about that. And yes, the plan to freeze Godzilla or nuke Godzilla, they're like, I'm not gonna see Japan get nuked for a third time, so they have a plan to freeze Godzilla, and it surprisingly works out well. And it seems Godzilla has learned from the previous, night, and seems to have controlled his atomic rays to hit anywhere he wants. And another great Godzilla ability, I mean, like, I wasn't too crap about that one, but he basically shoots his atomic ray. His mouth is kind of like, eh. But then he could also shoot it out his tail. Like you see it glowing up from here and just, it goes everywhere. So, imagine if you saw Godzilla doing this. Yeah, no. So eventually they freeze him by putting these little things in his mouth to inject and, I guess, make the science freeze in him? I don't know. But it's like, in the movie throughout, it's like 20 supply administrator and something like that. Yeah, once I fully get that in him, Godzilla stands up and, like, before he gets freeze, he does the 1984 roar from Return to Godzilla. And it's amazing. So they're like, yes! We won! But really, they haven't really won because, well, you know, the girl I talked about earlier said that Godzilla just unfreeze it, like, anytime now. He won't stay there forever. He's just, like, frozen in the middle of Tokyo. Like, holy crap. But the ending, though. Let's get to it. At the end of Godzilla's tail, when he's frozen, right here, you could see Godzilla humanoids creatures out of his tail, and they're like frozen. They don't move. They just, I thought that was pretty weird, confusing, but it did end with the classic 1954 theme. I think it was remastered, I guess. Either that or they reused it from 1954 film itself. Okay, so now that we did a summary of the whole movie, let's talk about other stuff. Okay, so the music. The music was amazing. They had their own original soundtracks like Persecution of the Masses and Who Will Know Tragedy. And they had other stuff like Under a Burning Sky, was it Good Day in Tokyo? I don't know, I can't recall. But they also had other tracks like the original 1954 theme, of course. They had King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. They had Godzilla vs. King Kong, main title. King Kong vs. Godzilla. And I heard in the credits they used Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 theme, which I'm a big fan of, pretty much. I should also note there is some humor, but good actual humor. Like when the Prime Minister gets killed and they have to have a new Prime Minister. The new Prime Minister is like, These noodles are soggy. I knew this job would be hard. And there's just another scene where I'm trying to find out about Godzilla, I guess, and theories and stuff. And when this guy finds out, there's like a camera angle of everyone in the room involved, and then he's just like, yeah, I got it. The cast was amazing, a talented, amazing cast. I would like to see them in future Godzilla films, or at least some other future work. Overall, I think this movie is amazing. It's out on October 11th to October 18th, limited release. Go see it now before it's gone. Well, I mean, like, it's gonna be released on DVD anyway, so you know, that's gonna be great. So, I will give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's one of the best Godzilla movies out there, you know. So, yeah, that's my review. So, bye people, Century, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!